Alrighty, now I went ahead and dug this out pretty deep, and I put that little center line in there and cut that out. Now the thing we're going to do here, we're going to go a little deeper, and we're going to put part the legs here a little bit and see how far I want to go up here, and that's pretty short. This is of course not to any kind of realistic standard, so please do not and he's going to have short legs, big boots, and then he's going to have this thing up around him like this. Alright, for the top here, go underneath his arm there. That's good. Alright, so this is what it will look like. So let's do this. We're going to go down here, we're going to push in pretty far. Alright, and push pretty far in there, and we're going to go from the top down. We're going to just try to separate those right there. Okay, and then we're going to take our knife and we're going to go this way and up. Now I know we don't have a lot of room here, so it's okay. It will work its way out. You know, we'll work it out here, but may have to again do this offline where I can see it a little bit better. But this is what you want to do, and then you want to come up. Now if you have gouges, it might help you out a little bit, or but I try to do everything with a knife as much as possible. I try to do everything with a knife. Alright, there's a really tight corner here to try to clean up with just a knife without hitting anything else like the fish, but this is what you want to do. Okay, and this is what happens when you put a lot of things together. I'm just going to round the top part of the boots off a little bit. Alright, again we're going to work on that as well, and here we're going to round off the bottom part of the boot, and that will distinguish it from everything else as well. Alright, so that's how we're getting it apart there. But let me take it back here for a second. Let me just take a look at it and see if I can clean it up a little bit better. And sometimes it's not the most convenient way to carve in front of a camera, because I can't always see everything. As much light as I have in this room, and I mean, I just added some more lighting in here so it'd be easier to see it, but it can be pretty tough to see everything that you're supposed to. Alright, so I'm going to fuss with that more, but that's roughly what you want it to look like. We're going to taper this off a little bit. Alright, and then we're going to put the top part of his pants up here. So of course that's going to come down. Alright, and over here we're going to bring this down. He's got high hip boots on, and that will all be green, you know, like the dark green that we have. And again we're going to go in the back side. We may as well do this now and start at least shaping up the back end here. We'll worry about his shirt and his vest in a little bit here. There's a lot of detail on this guy. A lot harder to do it than some of the other projects I've had. Okay. Alright, we don't want to go too deep because we need to put some suspenders on that and stuff as well. So I'm not sure exactly how much more detail I can fit on here, but we're going to do our best to get as much on here as we can. And it might take a little more video clips to do it, but that's the part that will make it fun. Alright, so we have the hip boot, we have the rod and the hands out and the fish out. And I'm going to work, what I did over here is I notched this out over here a little bit further for the boot, and over here as well you can see that, and so that's a continuation of that boot. And of course when we get this all carved out, it will all be in proportion. The next thing I want to do before we go any further with, let's do the back end here. And we'll make this pretty deep. And again, it's going to be that little V cut at the top. The back part of this pants here, or his hip boots. Alright, and we're going to put a lot more features in there yet and stuff, so, but it gives you an idea where to go here with it. And of course that's sticking out because of the fish, but I'm going to fuss with this as well offline, make this a little more rounded, and all that. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the top part of his coat here. His shirt comes out. You know, he's got this little, he's got a shirt, a vest, and he's got the suspenders over top. So let's see how that's going to work out. Because like I said, I've done a fisherman before, but I don't know if I told you to do the back part of your arms. I probably forgot to tell you that. What you want to do is come up and around, you know, straight along with the edge here is the angle you want your knife, and then go and you want to sweep this up. Okay, you want to do both sides that the arms are sticking out, you know, and stuff. So alright, so here what we're going to do here is we're going to follow this out. We're going to just bring this out like so, and we're going to cut that out. One. We're going to bring this out and around to the back end of him. And to the end where I drew that, and up. And we're going to carve that portion out. I'm going to take the other one, it's a little sharper. Take that one out. And you're going to follow this all the way out. Okay? Try not to do what I just did there. That snappy noise, that's not good. Alright? Now if it doesn't come free, recut it. Alright, so we're going to go around one more time. I'm going to use that spray. I love the spray. Like I said, you want to be careful that you don't overdo it, simply for the fact that you might end up, you know, doing a few things you didn't want to do. You could almost do it without that lip there if you don't want to put that lip there, and just have that on its own. If it's away, it looks just as good. No need to do more work if you don't want to do the extra work. I always enjoy putting the detail on. It adds so much to your character, it really does. And so I don't mind doing the extra work for that. Okay, now here we're going to go a little bit deeper, and that does not look even to the other side, so we're going to trim this up a little bit later.